When you start a new garden, or even just start the season in an established garden, one of the hardest things is figuring out what seeds you're going to start with. Join me today as I do a review of the Bugout Seed Bag that contains 34 different seed varieties, all of which I think are a great way to start a garden. Hi, I'm Gardener Scott, and there are a number of reasons why you need to think about what seeds you would start a new garden with. This garden is just about 2 years old, and so 2 years ago, as I was building these beds, I was thinking about what seeds I needed to get to grow in these beds. Or you might be a prepper, and you're anticipating an event, and when that event happens, you need your seeds ready to go. Well, that's kind of the idea behind this Bugout Seed Bag. Something that you can just grab with 34 packages inside and be able to start a garden. Or if you think the zombies are coming and the zombie apocalypse is at hand and you get notice, well, what are you going to grab? I think that's one of the biggest problems when zombies confront us, is people don't think about how they're going to eat. The zombies have a great food supply, but for us, well, you're going to have to plan for that. What seeds are you going to take? And it's entirely possible you might just be a brand new gardener trying to figure out for the first time what seeds you should choose. Well, let's go inside as I break open this package and talk about the kind of seeds that are probably a good idea to choose. I have to admit, I never really gave much thought to a bug-out bag for seeds. I'm well aware of the concept of bug-out bag, something you can grab and take with you at a moment's notice that has all of the survival gear that you might need. Seeds are definitely part of that long-term survival situation. And as I look at the choices on this bag, well, it's 34 different types of plants that definitely will fill a need for my diet and the rest of my family's diet. An overview of the seeds in this bag include everything from beets and broccoli and cabbage to lettuce and melons and pumpkins, spinach, squash, tomatoes, and of course, watermelon. As we analyze this bag, I think an important consideration is what True Leaf Market has done. They've chosen heirloom varieties, those open pollinated types of plants where if you save the seed, you can grow the same plant year after year. And on the back of the bag, it says, a bug-out bag will keep you alive for days, but a bug-out seed bag will feed you for years. And I advocate all the time saving your own seeds. Well, if you don't know what seeds you can save in your garden, that's another reason to go with something like this, where they've already selected the kind of seeds to plant, grow, and then save the seeds all over again. Now this is a 34 pack. Different varieties of heirloom seeds. They also sell a 19 seed pack. And I'll put links to both of those in the description below so that you can get your single source, your bug out bag for those seeds. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what specific seeds are in the bag. As I open this up, I recognize that there are thousands and thousands of seeds between these 34 packages. And these aren't something that they just threw together to throw in a bag. These are actual seed packages that are sold on the website. Of great importance, I think it's a wonderful thing, they include a growing guide to the vegetables that are included in here. But let's go ahead and just take a look at some of these non-GMO seeds that are offered. They fall into two basic categories. You have the cool season seeds and the warm season seeds. So one like this cabbage and the kale and the lettuce, those plants that can actually be started before summer when it's still cold outside. Those are the cool season plants. So you can get a full crop of plants in the spring in most cases with these seeds. And then when you harvest, that leads you into the next stage where you might be wanting to grow some of these squashes and tomatoes and melons. Those are the seeds that do well during the summer. They need that warm weather to grow. And after they're harvested, well, you can start all over again by growing the cabbage and the chard and those plants that do well in cold weather. So when you look at a combination like this of 34 different varieties that include plants you can grow in the spring, grow in the summer, and then grow again in autumn, it really does make sense now if you think about it from a bug-out bag perspective, from a survival situation where you're providing food for about 9 months out of the year. If you're looking at it as a regular gardener who's just trying to choose the plants, the same concept applies. Choose your seeds that you can grow in spring and summer and autumn and get a complete year's worth of plants. This is a black-seeded Simpson lettuce. I actually grow this regularly. This is a lettuce that I've let go to seed in the past to save the seed and grow it over again because I love this particular variety. Here's a summer bib lettuce. It's only 40 to 49 days to harvest, pretty fast growing. So if you're looking for some quick food, lettuces definitely fall in that list. Here's a romaine lettuce. It's 80 days. It's going to be in the garden longer, but a nice variety of lettuce. Here's a green arrow pea. Peas and beans are great on any list of plants you want to choose that do well in most gardens and provide some really good nutrition in your diet. Here's a small sugar pumpkin, only 90 to 99 days. And it's important to identify that this is a sugar pumpkin. As opposed to jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, sugar pumpkins are to be eaten. This is what you make breads and pies out of. There's a California Wonder Bell pepper. There's a habanero pepper. Now, depending on where you live, you'll probably need to start these seeds indoors to have a plant that you transplant into the garden, but also wonderful choices for food. Here's a green calabrese broccoli. I've grown this before as well. We have sugar baby watermelon. I grew this year in my garden. For those of us with short seasons, a melon like this that's only 70 to 79 days is a great option. Detroit dark red beet. I've got these in my garden right now as part of a fall crop because they do so well. And this Waltham broccoli, another variety. It's organic in this case and the kind of plant that you can have success with after 80 to 89 days when you harvest it. Those of us who garden regularly know that there are certain plants that do well, and that's why we grow them over and over again. And so it's probably no coincidence that as I look at these seed packages, I come across so many seeds that I have grown before. There's celery, there's Swiss chard, there's tomatoes, there's plants of just about every type. And so get beyond the idea that this is only for survivalists, only something that a prepper would have in a plastic bin ready to take out when things happen. This is actually a really good selection of seed packages that any gardener can begin growing. Now, 34 might be a lot for beginning gardeners who are starting small. The 19 seed package has the same basic selection, just not as in depth. You won't have as many different choices of melons and lettuce, but you'll still have the same basic types. And I find it interesting that when you buy as a group like this in a bag, it works out to about $1 per seed package, which is actually a pretty good price. So buying seeds in bulk like this can be a really good way for you to replenish your seed supply or start over again if you are doing a new garden. As I look at these seeds and especially think about the bag they came in, there's another important lesson here, and that's about seed storage. As long as you store your seeds in a cool, dark, dry location, you can expect your seeds to stay viable in most cases for many years to come. And you probably noticed I had to break the seal. So this is an airtight and watertight bag. And I fully intend on storing these seeds in this bag until I get them into my garden. If you're saving your own seeds, do the same thing. Keep them cool and dark and dry, and you can expect them to last you for years to come as well. There are a lot of duplicates from seeds that I already have in my collection because I'm already growing these plants. So it raises another thought as well. I think I've discovered some holiday gifts. I'll probably be giving some of these seeds away to neighbors and friends and family because I already have some of them. Or actually, I might give away some of those other seeds and save these instead. Definitely an option. I may even go ahead and buy some of these bug-out bags to give as gifts as well. Some definite considerations to how you should move forward in a new garden or an established garden. And the bug-out bag definitely gets thumbs up from me. I'm Gardener Scott. Enjoy gardening.